That final possession was the plan to go for the three, or
It was a pick and roll between Tyler and Jimmy. Um, it wasn't the cleanest pick and roll, but it's the action that everybody felt most comfortable with, and we just didn't, we didn't get anything like really to put them on their heels. But we got a great offensive rebound and a good kick out from there. When these games always end up like in a last possession, you always think about. I know what the players are thinking. They're always just thinking about the missed shots. We had probably 3 or 4 down the stretch where we missed. They were makeable shots. Tyler's pull up in the middle of the paint. Yeah, I mean, he shoots that shot at 60+%, in those moments. Bam got right to his sweet spot. I get it. Probably people are wondering why I didn't call a timeout. I like those situations, and also Bam's been in that situation where he's won a game, without calling a timeout, and he got right to his sweet spot. I thought that thing was going down. But my point is, you always think about the missed shots, but there's a series of probably 25 to 30 defensive plays we could have done better, and if you just do half of them, so it's not realistic to say that, okay, out of 25 defensive players where it's not our best effort and focus and discipline, okay, say 12 of them, that probably wins us the game by, 6-8 points. But, that's, part of the process of this league is sometimes, going through some pain. Hopefully this pain will drive us to a higher level. We need to get to a higher level. We need to get to a better level collectively. And that's what I'm hoping this, frustration, pain, whatever, anger, whatever adjective you want to fill in there. Hopefully that drives us to a better place, as we move forward. And there's no better way to do it than going out on the road, where it definitely gets tougher. It's only us. It's only the people in this locker room right now, and only us who get on that airplane tomorrow.
the Spurs didn't necessarily shoot the ball well from three, but what did they do to kind of have so much?
That's something we talked about, before the game, that this was going to be a totally different feel than the Clipper game. This was going to be a lot faster pace, and that pace is not necessarily 94 feet. It's just everything they do is with a great motor and intensity, and that's as consistent as anyone in this league. Their half-court pace is probably as fast as anybody in this league, just in terms of how fast they run off of handoffs, how fast and violent they go on their catch and goes. And we didn't handle that pace well. We never really were able to take control of that the way we needed to. That led to either some catch and go drives or fouls in the fourth quarter. But that's a credit to the style they play. They never relent in terms of that kind of that pace and ferocity of how they drive. It's unique.
Second half, no Max. Was that just something you saw? Did he do something?
No, that was a coach's decision.
One follow too. I mean, rebounds. The ball tends to go where it wants sometimes too. But and you said before the game that they are the Spurs and they're going to play the Spurs way. They're going to play hard. We know that. What didn't you like though on the rebounding end? Did you think it was an effort thing or was there something else to it?
No, it wasn't necessarily an effort thing, but their cuts, often led them to offensive rebounding position, where we weren't able to put a body on them. Some of the tip out rebounds, we weren't there on the perimeter. Times that I thought there was probably 3 or 4 where we could have grabbed it, but we thought the ball was going out of bounds. You can't leave that to chance. And sometimes those end up being karma plays. If you have an opportunity to go for it and put your mitts on it, you got to go for it. and you never know what might happen. Those can be momentum shifting plays when you let somebody make an extra effort. And there's a lot of teams that won't make those efforts. You know, the Spurs are not one of them. They're going to put their nose on the ball, and if it feels like the thing's going out of bounds, they're going to run through the scores table, you know, to make an attempt to get it. And they got a handful of those.
Victor had a few more minutes tonight than he had last game. He's kind of increased his minutes, slowly over the last 3 games. What have you seen from him in his kind of recovery and getting back on the court?
Yeah, the most important thing is just getting his minutes, getting his work, and not having any kind of setback. And everything is encouraging right now so far. He felt great yesterday. I think him being able to bounce back today and have an active game was good. And we'll just continue to build on this. We'll try to keep the minutes where they are, roughly, where they are now, and we'll see where it goes.
Is it kind of a double-edged sword that so many of these games are coming down to 5 points in the last 5 minutes? Is there any reason you can kind of put your finger on for why so many are so close?
Consistency, discipline. I think there's momentum plays throughout the course of the game where if you're up 4, you can turn that into 8. There's a myriad of different scenarios where you can push a lead, or if you're down 2, where you can turn that into a 5-point lead if you're just really rock solid. Like I said, we had the turnovers in the first half that were crippling, where we weren't able to control the game, like we were against the Clippers. And then also the inability just to be able to handle their pace and their movement and their catch-and-go drives. I think throughout the course of the game, there'd be pockets of it where we were able to handle that well. And then there are other times where at key moments in the game, they were able to break us down off the dribble on a catch-and-go, led to a foul, led to a layup, led to an offensive rebound, things of that nature. Okay, thank you.